Hello everyone, and welcome. I managed to bring Lucy with me today because the temperature's hovering right around the freezing mark. It's not super cold. I pulled out the sleigh. I grabbed a couple of pieces of dead wood on the way in. I've got my forager's pouch, so I picked up some birch bark on the way in. I just tamped out a small area. I'm going to set up a spot for Lucy, and then I'm going to dig out my saw, cut up some of this wood, and we're going to have a nice little fire and a cup of tea. So as I said, on the walk in, I gathered up some dead wood, whatever I found on the side of the trail on the way in. So now I'm going to break out the Agawa Boreal 24 and start processing some of that up. I got Lucy all set up. I got my chair all set up, and it started to snow like crazy. Everything was getting covered. So I threw up a small little tarp that we could hide underneath, and the snow stopped. Nothing new there. Now, the whole reason we're out today is, you all remember my belt knife, Morakniv Bushcraft, orange handle. Last summer, I ordered a leather sheath for it with a dangler from BPS Knives. Works fantastic. Beautiful sheath. Stitching is amazing. Nice, thick leather. Well, I've been looking for a new knife. Lucy heard something. I've been looking for a new knife, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to purchase. I just knew I didn't want to go crazy expensive. I've never had a carbon steel knife. I always buy stainless steel because I'm out in the winter, in the snow, in wet weather. I decided to bite the bullet. I wanted a carbon steel knife, and I looked around and I found BPS Knives, same sheath, identical, same beautiful stitching, ferro rod on top. But this is their Adventurer knife. $59.99 Canadian on Amazon. And that leather sheath I already know is amazing. So between that and the price of the ferro rod, really, I figure I'm getting this knife for about 20 bucks. Because I figure that sheath is worth at least 20, if not more. And I know that ferro rod, you can't buy it for under about $20 Canadian. So to me, that's a phenomenal price. All the reviews I've read have said it's a good knife. All they've said is there's Allen screws that are holding the handles on. And they tend to come loose if you do any batoning. So what I did, as soon as I got the knife, I took the handles off. I wiped the blade clean. I oiled it with mineral oil, because I know using it as a bushcraft knife, there are times where I will use it on food. May as well use a food safe oil. While I had the handles off, I put 2 coats of mineral oil on the handles. And when I put them back on, I put just a little dab of Loctite on the screws. Now there's no way they're going to come loose. I put 2 coats of mink oil over the leather sheath. And like I said, I've been using the other one for over a year now, and it works fantastic. So this is going to become my new belt knife. It came razor sharp out of the box. And I'm not kidding, I have a bald arm to prove it. I'm not very savvy with the different knife steels and what's better than the other and blah, blah, blah. But they say this one is 1066 steel. Doesn't say much to me, but somebody who knows about that kind of thing might have a better idea. But it's a full tang knife. You can see the tang all through the blade. The entire knife is 10 inches long. The blade is about 5¼ inches. Now, this is the first time I take it out. I'm about to try and do a little bit of batoning, and then we're going to see if it'll light the fire. Let me give you a close-up look at that. That is gorgeous. Now, I tamped down most of the snow around here. I just dug a small hole here just so that I could have something solid to baton on. Let's try something just a bit bigger. Going through that nice and easy. Gathered up some birch bark on the way in. And there's a little bit of old man's beard mixed in. Now, some of this stuff is very, very thin already. Rather than scraping off a new ferro rod, I grabbed the one off of the Mora. Now let's see if this thing will throw sparks. It'll throw sparks. I am not an expert at feather sticks by any means. And this, I know for sure, is not the greatest of wood. Oh, wow. Here comes that snow again. Look at that. we've done a couple of feather sticks. Now, let's see how well it carves. Oh yeah. Carved through that, made a beautiful 7-notch, no problem. So far, I'm enjoying the feel of it. Got a nice, comfortable grip, even with my gloves on. Very comfortable to work with the gloves off. Very sharp, and it seems to carve very well. Now, this is not a review of the knife. This is my first thoughts, my first impressions on the knife. But I was curious because I've had a few people ask me, what do you think is a good starter bushcraft knife? Something affordable. And I usually always point to the Mora. Same as a lot of people I know. The Mora is a fantastic knife. It's a great knife to start with. But there are some people that don't like the Mora. Not a whole lot of people, but there are some. And you can't argue anybody's tastes. Everybody has their own. They may have their own reasons for not liking the Mora. I can't see what they would be because I love mine. But that was one of the reasons for wanting this knife. It's in budget at $60 with a leather sheath and a ferro rod. It's definitely a bushcraft knife. So I wanted to give it a try. And once I've been using it for a while, then I can recommend this knife as well. Now, I don't know how hard it's going to be to get a hold of these knives eventually. It is from Ukraine. And with everything going on right now, I can't guarantee there's going to be a lot more of these on the market. And I'm not trying to sell them. I wanted to try it, so I bought it. But like I said, all the reviews I've checked, I've heard nothing but good things about it. Blade seems nice and straight. Now the spine is a little bit thinner than what it is on the Mora. So as a knife for batoning, it worked well on the small stuff, but I don't think I would try and tackle anything too big, because that blade is not quite as wide as the Mora. It may not want to part the wood as much. It's a Scandi grind, so it should be nice and easy to keep it sharp. And like I said, it carves beautifully. Being carbon steel, you want to wipe it down before you put it away. You don't want to put it away wet. But yeah, this is going to be my belt knife for a while. That doesn't mean the Mora is going to be put out of commission. The Mora, I'm going to end up putting inside my backpack, and it'll stay there as a secondary knife for now. And who knows, if I go out on really wet days, I might bring the Mora instead of the BPS, just because I know the Mora with the stainless steel blade, I won't have to worry about it rusting. But we'll see how this goes. But again, this is the BPS Adventurer. Beautiful little knife so far. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. Now let's see if it'll hold up to the abuse of it, because I do put my knives through abuse. A lot of these lower branches are dead. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Water's boiling. I'm gonna find a couple of tea bags. Make a nice little pot of tea. Snow starts up again. Stops, starts, stops. Oh well. Them's the breaks. Snowing or not, it's still a nice day out here. Temperature's nice and warm. Hey, Lucy, you're not too cold. Oh no. Good girl. Same sheath. This one's brand new. This one I've been kicking around with me all summer. Very well made. So far, the sheath seems tough. Let's hope the knife is as tough as the sheath. But now I'm going to put these away and get myself a cup of tea. All right. Knives are tucked away out of the snow. And a nice hot cup of tea. My little fire's burning away. I'm not adding any wood to it. Just whatever little bit of wood I had here. And I let that burn out. Then it's going to be time to head home. But that's definitely an interesting little knife. I'm hoping the knife is as good as that sheath has been to me. But most of the reviews I've read have said the same thing. The blade is just a little bit thin. So you don't want to baton anything that's too big. But I usually have my axe with me. I don't really baton anything big. I don't start batoning until I'm down to getting fine kindling. I'm trying to make some smaller sticks to make feather sticks. So it should work fantastic for that. Now let's see how well I can keep that carbon steel from rusting. Well, like I said, I've coated it with mineral oil. And when I bring it out, I will make sure I dry it off before I put it in its leather case or in its sheath. And when I get home, I will clean it, I will oil it, and that should be enough. In the summer, when I go on a little bit of an extended trip, well, then I usually bring a little bit of olive oil for cooking. So worst comes to worst, I can always coat it with a little bit of olive oil and then just clean it when I get home and go back to the mineral oil. It's not going to hurt it. But as I said, this is not a review. It's just to show the new knife and play with it a little bit and see how it goes. So far, I'm liking it. But it's only been an hour or so. So let's see how it does over time. But I want to thank you for coming with us. It's been a great day, even with the snow. It's a beautiful walk out here. And I want to thank you for everything you do. The likes, the subscribes, the comments. It's all appreciated. Every little bit helps. But now I think I'm going to finish my tea. I got another cup of tea there, so I probably have another cup of tea watching the fire. And then we'll pack up and head out of here. So if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, hit the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.